bzz, bzz. I'm sure you know what little arthropod makes this sound. That's right, it's a honeybee. But did you know their populations are currently threatened by pathogens and parasites carrying deadly viruses ready to infect our fellow bee friends? It may seem far-fetched that these free-flying insects are so susceptible to detrimental diseases, but these viruses are poised and ready for attack, and they have innovative methods for infecting and spreading from host to host. Researchers are actively studying these pathogens and coming up with methods to help give bees a defense mechanism against these deadly microbes. Varroa mites are a huge problem bee colonies throughout the world are facing. These mites not only weaken bees by feeding on the fat stores, but they are able to transmit a deadly RNA virus, namely called the deformed wing virus. This virus damages their appendages by paralyzing their legs and rendering their wings useless. A report by the USDA mentioned that Varroa mite infestations began to proliferate in the late 1980s and led to an increase of annual losses to 15 up until 22% of all managed colonies. Luckily, new experimental methods have given hope that one day we can possibly slow down these infections. Using an unlikely gut microbe called Snodgrassella alvi, researchers have been able to increase immune response and deter mite parasitism. Bees are able to use RNA interference. This is a method that basically uses double-stranded RNA to shut down target RNA sequences, such as the ones that the virus needs to replicate. But the double-stranded RNA is prone to degradation if inserted directly into bees. This is where our fellow gut symbiote microbe Snodgrassella alvi comes in. Scientists are able to genetically alter this microbe using double-stranded RNA producing plasmids. The plasmids are then able to continually induce signaling pathways and boost immune responses as long as Snodgrassella alvi continues to colonize inside the bee's gut microbiome. This research is promising, but in order for it to be safe to use outside of the lab, it needs significant more trial and testing. We must continue to support research experiments like this because bees contribute more to pollination than any other animal in existence. 2/3 of the food on our plate come from contributions from bees. This means we owe a lot to these organisms. Progress is possible, but it is our duty to educate ourselves on the pressing issues that may not be making headlines on the 6 p.m. news, but can undoubtedly impact our livelihoods later on down the road. Because honeybees make such a significant contribution to the agricultural industry, we must enact defenses to enable these bees to continue pollinating for many more generations to come. If we do not spread awareness and vote in officials ready to contribute more to the scientific researchers making a difference, then our futures could go from this.
Come on, little man. I'm gonna get you. Man, I lost the game. Well, whenever I'm sad, I always like to make myself a little meal. That always makes me happy. I'm gonna go to the kitchen. Make myself a delicious meal. Wow.
To this.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen. Make myself a delicious meal. Oh, my tummy is grumbling. I'm so excited to cook something up.
Wait, what? There's no food in here. No! In order to sustain bee colonies necessary to uphold the complex ecosystems present on this planet, biologists are on the front lines, using microscopic bacteria as tools. These bacteria are unusual heroes, but we must continue to support scientific funding and research in order to better understand these organisms and put them to use, in order to save our bees.